Hey guys, this is Hee-Haw with Dark Moon Cards and Games. Been messing around in the trading card game online a little bit here the last few days, and I guess I will say this what I've found is a way to make Turbo Patch work. I won't say it's the way, but I saw a combo that I had not really seen used and messed around with it in some decks and actually found it to be pretty interesting. So let's look a little more at the card first. The card in question is Turbo Patch. When I first saw this, I was afraid this is one of those cards that might do some bad things to the format, but it's not exactly a broken card by any means. It does have its proper limitations. You can see you flip a coin. If heads, you attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your basic Pokemon that is not a GX. So that really does limit your options there. This card in some decks, though, I think does have the potential to make some games swing pretty drastically very quickly if you do have a little bit of luck with your coin flips. And as we look at the deck I put together here just to demonstrate this, I think you'll see this core build of this is one that you can use basically with any big basic style deck. I guess at the moment that is any of the Vs that can stand up on their own without evolving, and again you can still use the ones that do evolve to VMAXs, but I think as you see how this progresses, you'll see why I think this is probably better for just a big basic style deck. So on to the card combo. The combo that seems to work with this, and I played multiple games with this deck that I built, and I think this is a pretty forgotten card from Cosmic Eclipse, and it is Clay. You discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and if any of those cards are items, you put them into your hand. So I added this into a very item-heavy deck, so that when you play Clay, you're going to get all these items into your hand that hopefully will have a specific purpose you can play on that turn. And then the stuff that stays in the discard pile is just going to be either energy or Pokemon. And if you do happen to lose Pokemon that you don't want to lose by discarding them there, you'll be able to put those back in with a ordinary rod, which of course will not be discarded because it is an item and it gets to stay in your hand. So let's open this whole thing up so you can just see the entire deck. Again, I went with a big basic. I went with the lightning guys just because Boltund and Tapu Koko stand out to me as two that do hold up pretty well on their own. Tapu Koko, he can hit for 200 damage for 3 energies, which in this deck, if it really busts loose on you, you can get that on the first turn. Going second, obviously. 200 damage first turn attack is pretty massive, regardless of what you're playing against or what you're playing. And then Boltund, he was kind of one of those middle of the road guys. He's good, he's not great, but he can hit some pretty crazy numbers in this deck. So you're going to have to rely on those coin flips coming your way to get there. At 200 HP, don't think he'll stick around long enough to hit those numbers unless you get a little bit of luck out of the Turbo Patch. But in this deck, Boltund is going to be your core attacker. Electrify, of course, if you get that early, lets you search your deck for 2 lightning energies and attach them to your benched guys any way you like. Then Bolt Storm does 30 damage for each lightning energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So this deck is really all about just trying to speed out as much energy as possible and try to hit those big numbers with Boltund. And then when you do get a Boltund knocked out, you're only losing 2, which you can recover several ways. I have 2 Dedenne in there, just obvious reasons, but this is actually not a bad place to put a couple lightnings just to keep it spread around. And if the time ever comes up to where you can Tingly Return, you can do that. Paralyze your opponent and then get that Dedenne off the field. Get those energies back in your hand to play elsewhere. So the other alternate attacker here is Tapu Koko V. Spike Draw, maybe not bad to finish something off you almost knocked out, get a couple cards in your hand in the process. But really there for Thunderous Bolt, 200 damage. And unfortunately, on your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack, but that doesn't hurt you too bad because he has free retreat, so you can just back him back to the bench and attack with a Boltund or another Tapu Koko V after that. Then, of course, we have one Tapu Koko, one of the few prisms that are still in the format, but his Dance of the Agents lets you reattach 2 lightnings from your discard pile to 2 of your benched Pokemon. So you can either use that early on purpose by throwing away energy, and then using Dance of the Ancients to get them back onto the field, or you can save it for later in the game to recover energy after some of your other guys have been knocked out. It really just depends on your play style on that one. So the other lightning Pokemon of interest, or at least of interest to me, was this Arctozolt. It's the promo from Darkness Ablaze. It has a very cool ability, Biting Whirlpool. Whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. This is stackable. So if you get 2 of these guys in, that's 40 damage for each one of those energies. So an energy attachment and a welder could net you 120 damage just while they're taking their turn. But in conjunction with Boltund and Tapu Koko, I think this is the way to get that extra damage. It's almost sort of like a Shrine of Punishments type card in the deck, except in the right circumstances it's doing way more damage than Shrine did. So this is just my initial list. The only supporters you can see have 4 Professor's Research, 3 of the Clay, and I've almost thought about making that a 4 count of those, maybe in exchange for one of the Research. I'm not sure on that one. Keep 3 Boss's Orders in here. Again, not going to play that many of those, just hoping to not toss those with Clay and still having a 1 or 2 left either in your hand or in the deck later in the game when you need it. And outside of that, everything here is an item card. Run down that line real quick. I have 1 Ordinary Rod, 4 Communications, so you can swap any of these guys you have in your hand around to get that Arctozolt in play. 4 Quick Ball, then we have 3 Rare Fossil. It's a 70 HP basic. You just have to play it down. You can't start with it, unfortunately, but you do have to play him down for a turn before you can get to Arctozolt. So we have 3 of those in there, basically with the goal of just trying to get 2 Arctozolt in play. Even if you only get 1, sometimes that chip damage is enough to get you over the line. 3 Switch, then of course we have 4 Turbo Patch. Again, how the game really goes probably depends on your luck with the coin flips on that. I've had multiple games where I have missed all 4 of them, and that will happen. That's the factor of this card that I guess keeps it in check and makes it not overwhelmingly powerful in the format. Viridian Forest, I upped this to 3 after playing a few games with this. Really vital to get energy in the discard pile. Don't really see another stadium that fits in here any better than that. Then the last item of interest is the Cape of Toughness, and that is just to add 50 HP to your Boltund and your Tapu Koko, so that can take both of those guys up to 250, which is better. It's still not out of range of some of the big hitters out there, but it might give you another turn of life that you might not actually have at 200 HP. But either way, I think the best demonstration, of course, of how all this works is just to play a game or 2 with it. So let's see if we can find a game and see how it works. Alright, so I won the coin flip here, and I chose to go second because I think we definitely want to try to attack with Boltund and get some energy charged up there. Got a Tapu Koko V, so I'm not too worried about what happens on clay. We'll see what we're playing against here and see where this goes. Jirachi Vulpix, this might be a kind of more traditional Reshiram Charizard type deck, or it is a Centiskorch deck. So definitely going to have to hit some big numbers to take that thing out, and it will flat out run over us if we don't get a fast start here. Again, this will be a welder deck, so if we can get the Arctozolts down as quickly as possible, they may carry a little water for us there. That helps a lot to get 2 of these rare fossils down to begin with. We'll go ahead and attach to Tapu Koko, and then let's see what clay does to us. This may or may not be good. And what we lost on that, we lost... That's horrible. We lost both Arctozolts. So we have potentially one left. But we can get those back with the rod. That's not as terrible as it could be. Got the first coin flip on Turbo Patch. Spike draw is about all we can do there, unfortunately. Maybe able to get the Cinescorch up here though, and what is this thing's HP? 210. Man. That damage output on Tapu Koko is almost great. We're gonna have to really scramble to try to get a Arctozolt in play in time to do us any good here. I really don't have anything else going in this hand. Top draw is going to also make a difference here. If we have anything vital like Ordinary Rod or the other Arctozolt prized, this will probably get away from us. Let's see, there's a Scoop Up Net to get Jirachi out of the way, and I don't know what this thing, what he does other. He's going to discard an energy for me, so that definitely hurts us. Probably would have been a little smarter maybe to retreat. Just wasn't recognizing what Cinescorch could do. Let's see if we can catch our way out of trouble here. It's about all I see that we can do there. I'm not going to prolong that turn any more than it needs to go. Got the Cape of Toughness, which takes me to 250. Again, probably not going to help it so much. I'm going to miss these turns here early where that Arctozolt would be really, really important to have down. And gonna catch a rare fossil. Which is okay, because we can get the knockout on this Cinescorch anyway. Don't know that's gonna get us where we want to go for the game. I'll go ahead and switch to Tapu Koko V and kind of want to play Clay here, as I don't want to toss these other guys. So let's try it. So this is not really flying out of the gates as a great one, but there's our rod, so we can do both. I'm gonna put a really like to put that second Arctozolt back in, but almost want to put a Dedenne back in here as well. I'm going to go with the Arctozolt as I do have research in my hand. This gets us to an Arctozolt anyway. I actually had all three there, so maybe could have done that differently, but we will ride what we've already done here. We'll take a knockout here and see. See if we can get that next Scorch close, because they're going to have to weld her to it, I believe. It'd be crazy to get all 3 Arctozolt in, but not typically the goal, but I guess it would be very punishing to this deck. Kind of surprised I haven't seen the VMAX yet, but here's our opponent is definitely digging for it. Victini is another nice target there. And actually, I think what we can do. Yeah, we can retreat Tapu Koko and just toss that fossil to get back to the active. May not have a chance to do that though. Scorch V may just nuke us right here. Goes in increments of 40, so right now they've got. Looks like they're really going after the Arctozolt here, which is fine because that resets my Tapu Koko for me. I am okay with that. We've definitely got to get some damage on this thing and get some other Pokemon in play. It's interesting because I don't really need... We need to dig, and if we do that, we'll lose one of these bosses. I'd love to just take out a Dedenne or a Victini. But... I guess we can just go after this Scorch and see if we can take him out. It seems to be our choice at the moment. Let's communicate and Boltund and get another Arctozolt. Don't have any energy in the discard pile. Got 1. So let's toss this guy. No Dedenne left either. Inner Dance of the Ancients and charge these 2. We'll go ahead and hit him for Thunderbolt, see if we can get him in range. Leaves 100 damage left to take out that Scorch, so I guess the bonus for us on this I think our bonus here is just going to be the fact that it keeps so much energy tied up on this one that they almost have to fight with it. And let's see, that actually gets us in just barely into range for that knockout, so. Grab 3 here, and that's going to be tough for them to answer that with a knockout. Just depends on whether or not we can get up to where we can hit one or not. Well, that was definitely different. Played a little odd that time. Really didn't get the Pokemon out. But Turbo Patch was not a huge factor there. So we won that coin toss again. We're going to choose to go second again as well, in hopes that we see a supporter, which we do not have right now. Got the Boltund start though. That is definitely what we want to see. And this is Whimsicott GX, maybe? That's not something that's really been on my mind lately, but let's see. Definitely want to get an energy in the discard pile here pretty quick. I think we're going to be better off to go ahead and dig with the Dene and try to play some other sort of shenanigans with what we have in our hand. Wondrous Labyrinth, have to attack for one more energy. That's not a huge killer in this, and plus I've got 3 stadiums, so that stadium will go bye-bye pretty quick. I think they probably played that too soon. So we'll go Coco there. Missed the first Turbo Patch, of course. And then let's research. I think we have enough. Yeah, we've got 2 energies in there already. We'll put second Boltund down. Not seeing any signs of Arctozold at the moment, but don't think we need the second Coco. We'll go ahead and get our Coco Prism. Pull that off. I love seeing that on the first turn. Get those 2 attached to our 2 pinch sitters here. We will bid that stadium adieu. We'll use Viridian to go ahead and toss another for our next Turbo Patch when and if we see that. And then we will Electrify. Generally I like to just, more as a precautionary measure there, I like to split those because I don't know what's going to happen. I want to be able to I want to be able to attack with Tapu Koko V, but also don't want all of my energy to get taken out by some kind of surprise move. Yeah, Fluffy Cotton. We have to flip a coin to see whether or not we actually damage this thing. So this will always be interesting. I couldn't remember what it was Whimsicott prevented. Generally in these decks, if you take one of these guys out, it's pretty much game. We're going to stall there, which does not really hurt us too much. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 160 already in play. Be a knockout if I could draw something to swap this Dedenne back with. Not really expecting to be playing this when I sat down this afternoon, but it's the wonder of Pokemon. Everybody has their favorites, and still lots of decks out there with keeping the format fairly diverse, I guess. Toy Box GX would be where you'd want to see a Marnie, which I do not play, so that's not an option for us, unfortunately. Really hope we top something there. I have 1 energy in, so I could just pay a retreat cost on Dedenne and get to attacking with somebody. I guess the way to go would be just to attack with Tapu Koko V. and hope that we get the coin flip. That's less than fun. Again, I think we're just gonna go for keeping our energy spread and not gonna sit here and stare at a screen that doesn't offer anything more than that one did. Porygon 2, if we could get Arctozolt in play, would really throw some damage their way. This Porygon lets you attach multiple special energies or something. Let's see what it does. Have to look at it after they finish doing it there. Often as you like, you can attach a special energy from your hand. So it is from your hand. So Arctozolt would be massive here if we could get him. Probably more than enough to kill the Boltund. I'm not going to count that up. It's just so hard to pull up cards on their side while they're still taking actions. But 280, that's pretty crazy. I will say this will come down pretty much immediately to this turn. And whether or not I get the knockout here. We'll get those 2 recycle energies back. That clay finally. That might be a little late in the game for that to really help us. It's just the energy attached to him, so it doesn't really matter on my side whether I send up a 2 or a 3 energy attacker. So, as long as we stay away from the triple XL, I think we live through this. 30. We definitely want to play our clay and see where we go. I want to attach to the Dene. I don't know if we can attach with we're gonna try it, if Turbo Patch will attach to the rare fossil or not. Yep, it will. So again, we are back to heads. We're okay. That prevented it. Let's play our research and see what else we can do here. Definitely want to put a couple Pokemon back in, as I'm just about out of attackers here. We got too much energy in there as well, so we'll put a couple of those back. We'll throw in a Boltund. Throw in a Dedenne as well, just in case get hit with a Marnie or something like that. 2 energies back in. Really don't want to play that Turbo Patch, so I don't have anywhere else to attach it to that's not in danger of getting knocked out, so I'm just going to hold that guy. Get a knockout here, then we can just finish this off with a Dedenne or a Crobat on the bench, but we do need a coin flip to go our way. So let's see if we get it. And this Whimsicott will take a little damage with the Recycle Energies and Crazy Code. Be another match where I wish we had more arc results factoring into everything, but I think if we don't get Marnied or anything, I think we are in pretty good shape here. Marnied or stamped. I guess we'll see if that's waiting for us or not. It is not, so that gets us out of this one. We will just send up Tapu Koko, and then we will use our bosses to just grab the Dene and finish that dude off. So there's a couple games to check out. We got one, kind of mainstream format type deck with Cinescorch to see. I think they were probably a little bit perplexed about how to play against this, it seemed, and they were going after arc results, just netting them one prize, which really allowed me to just stay on the aggressive side in that and take out what we needed to do to win that game. The second one, Whimsicott, I don't know what to say about that. That's a random matchup. Hadn't seen that deck played for quite a while. Pesky deck that causes problems with that whole coin flip ability that Whimsicott has, but hopefully you get to see a little bit there as well of what Arc Result can do in those matchups, sort of punishing any kind of energy acceleration from the hand. I don't know that either game really showcased so much what Clay and Turbo Patch can do, but pretty fun concept to mess around with. There's lots of you guys follow the formats and can maybe see some things that I don't see, so see what you can do with it. I think it's like I said, may not be the way to play Turbo Patch, but it's definitely a way to sort of speed things along, get energies in there, and get these Turbo Patches in your hand and turn them into attachments with a little bit of luck. So I hope you enjoyed the matches and a little look at the deck. This has been Hee-Haw with Dark Moon Cards and Games. Be not afraid. Later.